Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And this isn't resolved quite yet as he goes out. We've got a flag down. Looks like it's going to be on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's bundled up quick. This just crosses the 25 to about the 27. It was the rookie from USC who got there for that tackle.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One quarter gone in our opening round game of the NFC postseason. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with first and 10. Called in left side. This is ahead for about 5. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Dump off caught by his back. Still has some space inside the 35. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll motion a tight end left. From the 31. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now it's Lance. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. Geno Stone picks it off.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! Picked up by the Rams! Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Williams. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. 2nd chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Design bootleg here. And he has the catch. Gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. So we've got a stoppage now. Figured this might be coming. We're going to take another look to see if this was indeed a touchdown. No change to the call on the field. So that play is going to remain a touchdown. Point after converted from Cardi. And the Rams push their lead to 3. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Return coming from the 6. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
3rd down from the gun. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. Went for 48 with his 1st kick, and this one looks even better. Fair catch hauled in at the 18-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
From the 23. Taken in by Harris. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again. Looking to throw, Lance. Short pass brought in.
Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. They're going play action. Buying some time left. Cut out left. Touchdown, L.A. Carty down for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams make it a 10-point ball game. Carty has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This return starts at the 5. He's popped at the end of that one. Painful end to a real solid return there. First and 10 now from the 30. They go play action here. Headed out right. He's on the move. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide in practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on it.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
He's on the move. Oh, shouldn't let that one go. It's intercepted. Patrick Queen in to pick it off. He steps in front and picks it off. Looked like he missed the spot there, partner. Maybe because he threw it on the run?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case, Kate. You know, you get set in the pocket. This game is fast anyway. Things are flying, but once you get on the run, it is a whole nother speed and really becomes advantage defense as they take it away.
Back to throw, it's Lance. Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Throwing on 3rd and long. He's got Harris. He's got it in the red zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
To the air, Lance. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, LA. The Rams will add to their lead at the end of the half. Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams take a 3-possession lead. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. He's got the squiver. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. All right, Brock, that was enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the 2nd half of our wild card game gets underway. Returnable from the 2. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. Juke the defender. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 43-yard line.
Trying again, following the sack. Caught by the open man. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
From the red zone now. From the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Good pressure from the defense there. Has them trending in the wrong direction.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, But you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
Gotta forget about first down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on 2nd and goal. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Here's Lance now. Throw reeled in by London. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow. That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Carty has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Another carry for him. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That one gains 7. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
They'll send him over right. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
You know, Kate, that's one of those instances where you try to walk that tightrope on the sidelines. Problem is, on a throw that far down the field, that is so hard to do, so difficult. I love the effort, just couldn't quite find the execution.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you totally flip the field and the tone of this drive.
And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Plowing up the middle. Crosses the goal line for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys start the 2nd half with some needed points. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Returning it from the 4. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for first down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Mims with the grab. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Handoff on second and short. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 4 there. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Play action on first down. Launches one deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. To the house. Touchdown, LA. The Rams lengthen the lead at the end of the third. So the Rams keep the offense out there. They're deciding to try for 2.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And he's got it. So they get the conversion, and that's going to extend their lead. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. Hauled in by Lamb, right side. Jukes one defender. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
Cowboys 21.
Up to the line, and they're set. First and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 3 now. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll come up first and 10. They'll try and throw it here. Dumps it off to his running back. Running in the red zone. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First down from the red zone. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have second down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
They'll send him up the middle. And he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. Ball spotted right back at the line, so no gain. And now they've got to get 9 on third and goal.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Third and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up fourth down.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. Escapes out to the left. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys now within 1 score in the 4th. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And this one does not go far. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 32. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So that brings them to 3rd down.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now it's Lance. They did it! He made the interception! Deron Bland has it. Have some new life in the 4th.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
From the 38. It's taken in by Lamb. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25.
Those routes across the field become oh so dangerous the longer that play progresses. It gives him more time to get free, wiggle away from that man-to-man coverage. With enough time, it's almost inevitable he'll find enough space for a completion.
They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
They'll run here on first down. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Minute 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on third down.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Cowboys down by 7. So a big kick coming up for Brandon Aubrey. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
Such a perfect example of a kicker just doing his job. And now it's incumbent upon that defense to give him and their offense another shot.
And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Rams make the recovery. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now a give running right. And he's tackled for a short gain. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game.
That sure ended up being worst case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted. Geno Stone picks it off. And the Cowboys have some new life in the fourth.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Getting out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Back to throw. McLaughlin there to bring it in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They give it to him again. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. And they get the stop. This is going to be a turnover on down. So now their opponent's final chance coming up. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So make a check in that win column for the Rams. And they were the top-ranked team in action in this wild card round, Brock. So this was always the expectation that they'd advance through to the divisional round. And next week, they're going to be right back here playing for a spot in that conference championship. So for my partner, Brock Huard, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams are winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.